Say it isn't so. Alan Moore is giving up his future residuals and instead donating it towards Black Lives Matter organization. Let's get to it. In a recent interview with Telegraph UK, controversial author of iconic graphic novels such as Watchmen, Batman the Killing Joke, and V for Vendetta, as well as his run on Swamp Thing, all from DC Comics, mentioned that all future royalties from live-action adaptations of his compelling work will be given to Black Lives Matter organization. Well, it's of no surprise how the legendary comic scribe has often shared disdain for film adaptations of his work. It seems that Mr. Moore has doubled down not only by stating that he will no longer share royalties from the film adaptations with screenwriters, but instead will donate future residuals from both TV shows and film toward the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. But wait, he's not done yet. During the same interview, Moore mentioned his dissatisfaction with the state of comics. Moore, who took a permanent sabbatical from writing comics many years ago, is content with avoiding public appearances, as in showing up at Comic-Cons or some other symposiums in exchange for a quieter writer's life, due to the negative impact of his celebrity. As he stated about the conventions, he would talk to people while they would just stare at him as if they were having a religious experience as opposed to having an ordinary conversation. Moore spared no expense when calling out The Dark Knight, written by another iconic writer, Frank Miller, as a, quote, pretty sub-fascist vision, unquote. The idea of one man perhaps riding on horseback who can sort out all this mess, that's a little too Birth of a Nation, which was the first blockbuster film directed by controversial director D.W. Griffin that not only inspired white supremacist terrorists such as the Ku Klux Klan, but also influenced the Nazi propaganda film Triumph of the Will in Germany. That's pretty much a damning sentiment, or is it an exaggeration? While Miller's iconic graphic novel series is somewhat looked upon as an ultra-right-wing fantasy, comparing it to Birth of a Nation is a bit reaching, in my opinion. While reflecting on his contributions to the comics industry, Moore stated that, quote, "I didn't mean my experiments with comics to be immediately taken as something the whole industry should do." Moore is referring how his dark, edgier, sociopathic characters from The Watchmen or V for Vendetta have started a trend that the industry immediately gravitated to, i.e. The Boys. While donating to Black Lives Matter is a noble effort from the always progressive author, there must be some accountability and oversight, as the executive of the grassroots organization had been accused of misappropriating funds as a means of monetary gain. While the BLM organization is no doubt a worthy cause, as with many causes who depend on fundraising efforts, there are always a few bad apples. As far as I know, the only project that Mr. Moore's creative input would be the upcoming Swamp Thing remake. So, with that said, we'll see what develops, or maybe not.